So the last part of our little snowman is going to be his hat, and we're going to make him a little bowler hat. Okay, not a top hat, we're going to do a bowler hat. Now with this particular hat, again, you're just going to use a hook. I am using double bands because it gives it a firmer, more hat looking result, I feel. If you have the black silicone bands and they are a rounded sort of band, then you probably only need to use one, but I think the vast majority of people will just have the normal the normal Rainbow Loom black bands. So we will do it with those, and we will use two. Now, to start with, I'm going to use a white band as my visualization to go through like so. So you do one twist, and this is how we make our little magic ring to start with. Take two bands and slide them through and reclaim. So there's a little end cap there, okay? Another two bands, slide through, there's our first little loop, okay? Push your hook back through the end cap. We're going to take another two bands and slide through. Now it is thicker working with two bands, so please be aware of that. Two bands, you're going to join those all together and reclaim. Back through your end cap. Let's count how many we've got. We don't count that first one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is on the hook. So now 7 is on the hook. Count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and we'll do one more. Now, at this point, we're going to cut that white band off and get it out the way. I'm going to use a little hook to just dig down and find that white band and pull it, because I don't want to cut any of the black bands. That would be bad. Okay, so let's pull this white band out, and it's going to probably come out in bits and pieces. And if you don't need to use a white band, then don't. You don't have to. I'm just doing it so that it makes it easier for those that can't see what we're doing. There we go, it's gone, so we'll get rid of that. Now we're going to push our hook through these bands here. They were the start bands, that first little loop that we did, the first little chain. If I can get my hook through them, there we go. Alright, take two bands, and this joins the two sides together, like that. Now we need to do our slip stitch. So we're going to take a visual marker again, white, and black and put those together like that. Now, yes, it does have a bit of a big hole in the top. It doesn't really matter. It kind of, we close it in, so it's not a huge problem at all. Alright, so next what we're going to do is we're going to just go around and do a single crochet and an increase. Alright, and we're going to just go in. If you have a look here, we're going to skip this one. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yes, so we skip this one. We go into this first one here. 2 bands. We're doing a single crochet. Okay, and then in this one we do a single crochet, but we do an increase. So we have to do a crochet, and then back through the same spot do another crochet, and then in the next one is a single, and then we do an increase. Which means 2 have to go in here, so here's our second one. We do a single. As I said, I'm using 2 bands, I'm double banding this. And now we do our increase. Untwist these little bands. So how many have we got on there? If we forget, there's 2 on there, so now we do a single, and then this one will be an increase. Single, and here we do our increase, oops, let's grab both of those bands. And a single. We're going to go through the black and white, and then taking a pair, double bands, pull through and pull through to join together. Okay, so as you can see, we've got this little, it's almost like a little bowl happening. Okay, let's take another white band and a black band for our slip stitch, so that you can see that we're in a line. Now we're going to do a single crochet all the way around. Miss this one that's got the black and white, you're going to the next one, and we're still double banding. Oops, I only had 1 band come through then. There we go. just doing a single crochet Make sure you're through all the loops. And go through the black and the white. Get your pair, pull them through all 4 loops, and that ties them in. Okay, so here we have, this is sort of like the base of our hat. Now we have to do the brim. So what we're going to do for the brim is, now a lot of people work this way at the front and work around. I tend to like to work at the back and work around when I'm using the bands. So I'm going to go, if you have a look here, you can see these outside. When you do your single crochet, you grab the 2 loops. Okay, this is the front loop, this is the back loop. All right, and I just want to grab these back ones here for this next bit. So I'm just going to go through those back ones. The front loops are still, or the inside loop is still there. I'm going through the back loop. I'm going to take a single band, and I'm sorry, first of all let's do our slip stitch, silly me. So our slip stitch to show where we're starting and where we're finishing. Okay, now what we're going to do, I'm going to take another pair, alright, and we're going to do a different stitch for here. We're going to skip this one with the black and white. We're going to go through those 2 bands on the back, alright, not on the inside, so just the 2 bands on the back. These 2 on the front we're leaving alone. Take 2 bands, slide through like that, and then you're going to take another 2 bands, and this time we're going to slide through those 2 of the first band, but this second band that we have on here, we're going to slide it over those, the 2 here. The 2 closest to us we leave alone, but the 2 nearest the end of the hook slide on as well, and then we reclaim like that. So you have 3 loops, or 3 pairs of loops on your hook, take another pair and loop in. Alright, we're going to do the same on this. Again, we're just working on the outer loops. So you take a pair and loop. Your second pair is going to take, you've got 4 loops on your hook. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. You're going to put this second pair that is on the end of your hook, 3 loops are going to go through, so that you're left with 1 loop on, and reclaim. And use the next pair. Now we're doing an increase, so in that same spot go back under those 2 loops, and we're doing that again. 2 loops. Again, you've got 4 loops on here now. Okay, we're going to take the next pair and put 3 of these on. So here's our next pair, put them on the end of our hook, and leaving this last one on our hook, we're going to move all of those over so that we have 3 on now, and then another pair, and join them all together. And can you see how we're forming this brim? Okay, it's a little tricky. Again, go through the outer 2 bands. This time we're not doing an increase, it's just a single. So there's our first pair, get our second pair, and we're leaving just these ones on the hook, so those other 3 all have to go on the bands. We're just holding on to this one. Now we've got 3 here, and we're going to join those all together. We're doing a double, or an increase I should say, on this one. So here's our first pair. Let's get our second pair. Let's leave these ones at the base on, move those 3 over, and then join them all together with another pair, and then go back through that same loop and do it again for our increase. Move those 3 over. Oops, that's 3 bands, not 2. And see, this is the brim that is starting to form for the hat. Alright, so we did 2 in that one, we're doing a single in this one. See, fumble fingers strikes again. An increase in this one. Now I can see I've, oh no, that's fine. Single in this one. I was going to say I'd done something wrong, but I hadn't. I think I have. I'm going to go back. I'm going to step back. I'm pinching here to make sure that I don't. So here, that was my first one. It's pretty easy to work out to go back if you think you have. So moving these 3 on, and now another 2 on top. That's better. So I've done 2 there, so this is a single. Move 3. that was a single. We're going to do a double, well not a double, an increase in this one. Back through the same hole. Hold that last one on your hook, don't tie that one in. Now we do a single in this one. Chase your bands over the mat. Double. No, hang on. Let's see. That was an increase, that's a single, so now we do an increase here. Single. And an increase. Single. Increase. Oops, I could feel that I lost one there, so I'm going back to find it. Hey, it helps if I put things down, doesn't it? So that was a single in there, we're doing an increase here. Goodness me, I'm being a fumble fingers today, big time. Through 3. Here's our increase. And we'll do a single in this last one. Then we're going to find our 2 bands here. Take a double. Now you will have noticed that my white and black bands have gone and I just have black bands. Reason being my phone ran out of memory and I had already gone ahead and snipped these off. But all you do is just pull the white band out and snip them off. Now at this stage I'm going to take a black single band and I'm going to tie this in a slip knot like that, nice and tight. Okay, and then I'm going to hide that slip knot under these bands. I'm just going to go through the middle here like that, grab the end of the band and pull through so that that band is sort of just hidden amongst these bands and not as obvious, and hide it any way you can. So I have done like that. Now you can't see it. Stretch your hat into shape. Now that's fine, it's going to fit on our snowman just right, just how we want it. Let me push this back out now so that you're seeing what I see, but it's going to fall off easily. So what we're going to do with this bit as our back, and turn your hat inside out, take a single band, black, push your hook under 2 of the bands here and 2 of the bands the other side, and pull that single band through and reclaim. Okay, now we're going to take another single band, we're going to loop it on itself, so you're going to cap it, bring it through and reclaim, and take the 2 closest to you up, over and off, and tie a slip knot. Now these little loops, these loops here, are what we are going to attach to our little clip at the top of his head. Both of them is better. Let's try that again, Kate. There we go, splay them out and pop them on the end. Turn the hat back the other way. Now it's still loose, but it just means that it's not going, you're not going to lose the hat. The hat's not going to go away, you're not going to lose it. It's still going to be there. You pop it on his head, and there you have your little snowman decoration. So you have a ghost and a snowman. I really hope you enjoy making. They've been a lot of fun for me, so I hope they're as much fun for you. Take care.